BitMEX founder, Arthur Hayes, predicts that Bitcoin will be $750,000 to $1 million by 2026. So 2025 is usually the peak. 2026, we may see altcoins go up slightly more, because usually the altcoin season is like a little bit longer than Bitcoin. Can Bitcoin actually hit 750 to 1 million by the end of this next cycle? I don't know. That's very ambitious. But like I said, with FOMO, with trillions coming in, with spot Bitcoin ETFs now, right? With countries also getting involved, who's to say it can't happen? Bitcoin needs to reach $750,000, roughly $750,000 to equal the market cap of gold. So if you think about that, Bitcoin is a better version of gold in every single sense. So shouldn't it be worth at least just as much, right? So Bitcoin has to go up to $700,000 just to equal the market cap of gold, not even exceeding it. And even gold's market cap isn't that great compared to equities or real estate or anything else, really. So, I mean, that could just be the beginning. Just the beginning. So just think about that. Right now, this is what it's looking like. If you stretch it out, you look at what Bitcoin is doing and what it has done, it's pretty according to plan. So Bitcoin always goes through these downtrends. You have this like wedge, right? And then eventually it breaks out of it. This is like a logarithmic growth curve. So next up, where will Bitcoin end up? Where's the peak to this cycle? Well, according to this, around 200,000. And if we mimic the similar top we had in 2021, 2022, where we came back down and back up, yeah, we might go a little bit higher. Bitcoin doesn't always repeat its previous movements, but it tends to rhyme. So that is what we have to look forward to in the next 2 years. On top of everything else I've said, Bitcoin is moving according to plan, has never really deviated, despite all the macro stuff and the micro stuff and all the scariness that has happened. It's only fueled Bitcoin's strength. That's why the fundamental of Bitcoin has never been better, even though the price is not back to all-time high. The fundamental of Bitcoin has never, ever been better than now. And you can't dispute that. That's backed by facts. Now, this is interesting. This is what I use in my thumbnail. Okay? Look at this. This is almost identical. And in time frame, too. Bitcoin in 2020, Bitcoin in 2023. In 2020, Bitcoin was going down. It was below this trend line. It kind of formed a wedge, and right around October time, Bitcoin went from below 10,000 to all the way up. It just kept going until 2021. So where are we right now? We're in October, and we have just broken through a trend line. But look at the pattern. Look at it. Look at that. It looks almost identical. So does that mean from now on, all the way in 2024, we're just going to see Bitcoin skyrocket up back to 69,000? Who's to say it can't happen? Because the halving event and spot Bitcoin ETFs are coming within less than 6 months. So can we just see a continuous rally for the next 6 months leading up to the halving event? That's certainly possible. I mean, this is, shrunken, so it looks like it just goes up forever. But if you think about it, the halving event is next April. And then spot Bitcoin ETFs could be approved anywhere from now to March. And with favorable conditions, with DXY possibly coming down, who's to say Bitcoin can't just keep going up back to its previous high and then break through that after the halving event? That's certainly a possibility. This is not far-fetched. I don't know how others, honestly, could be bearish. Like, I just don't know how anyone else in the space, and you guys know what I'm talking about, how they could continuously be so bearish when it's so obvious that Bitcoin is on a roll and about to make a lot of people a lot of money and get a lot of people to attain financial freedom, because Bitcoin is obviously the solution to all of our financial problems right now, including the US government, what they're doing, you know, with inflation, with the irresponsible debt accruing, Bitcoin is the way, and it's only getting stronger. And even the fractal patterns are telling you, and the charts and the metrics, the on-chain metrics and the fundamental, they're all telling you Bitcoin is stronger than ever. It's only getting stronger. So why would you be bearish at this time? And I don't know why any of you guys would be watching those bearish people, because it makes no sense. It just clouds your judgment and adds confusion in your head. Stop watching those people. They're holding you back. That's what they're doing. All right, so something else that's coming in Bitcoin is BIP 324. Now, this is not so exciting. It is not going to pump Bitcoin's price, but it is going to make Bitcoin more secure. So the node-to-node transactions will now be encrypted, so you can't really, I guess, hear what the neighbor's saying, okay, in layman's terms. That's what this upgrade is doing. So people that argue that Bitcoin doesn't have upgrades, they don't know what they're talking about. Bitcoin gets upgrades all the time. So unfortunately, there are some maxis out there that'll say, well, look at Ethereum, they got to upgrade, so there's security. I don't think they truly understand what they're talking about, because Bitcoin also gets upgrades too, like this one. And it's good. There's nothing wrong with upgrades. Something that was created 13 years ago or 14 years ago, yeah, some upgrades is probably a good thing. So just to let you guys know, this is coming, right? So right now, DXY is sky high, but it has hit a territory just like before where it's overbought or a very extreme high level. And we know that Bitcoin tends to move in the opposite direction of DXY, except recently it has not been. Even though DXY has been going up, Bitcoin is not coming down. That's how strong it is. But if the DXY starts coming down and the money flows out of treasuries and dollars, well, then that's going to help Bitcoin even more. Okay, so that's something else to pay attention to. The sky high DXY strength of treasuries. But despite that, you could see clearly when DXY started going upwards, Bitcoin points didn't go down, not like before. So Bitcoin is that strong right now. It is extremely, extremely strong. And nothing is going to pull Bitcoin down at this point. It's going according to plan. And we know that a spot Bitcoin ETF is around the corner. Yesterday, an ex-BlackRock director said that, yes, it's coming for sure in 3 to 6 months, right? That's from BlackRock or ex-BlackRock, someone that has some close ties with the people involved with the decision making. And today, others have come out and said, yeah, this is going to happen. And when it happens, we're going to get hundreds of billions of dollars coming into this space. This is actually a low estimate of 200 billion. Last time I saw someone say it, 300 billion. But who's to say that's it? In the coming years, with FOMO hitting 2024, 2025, I believe it could be in the trillions. Trillions could be flowing into these spot Bitcoin ETFs. Remember, it's not just one. There's like 10 applicants right now, right? It could be trillions in the coming years. With just imagine the FOMO that will hit, just like all previous times, but FOMO previous years, previous cycles, more retail. Now we're talking about the big boys, the big institutions, the big financial institutions, and the banks and fintech companies and tech companies. They're all going to be FOMO in now, and they have billions to trillions on hand. It's a lot of money. A lot of money. Bitcoin just captures just a little bit of the world's asset value, I guess. Just a little bit. Bitcoin would be above gold.